radio program. Nice to have you with us on this busy Friday afternoon, the 6th day of April, the year 2018. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we'll get you caught up now as far as the world of sports is concerned. A lot going on this busy day. First thing you need to know, it looks like Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods are not going to make the cut here in Augusta. Boy, CBS and Sean McManus must be going crazy. First off, Mickelson finished at +5 today. Had a very poor round, bogeyed 18. You got to be within 10 or in the top 50, 10 strokes or top 50 to make the cut. And right now, last I looked, Patrick Reed is -8 on the 10th hole. So obviously, Mickelson is not anywhere near being within 10 or in the top 50. Reed has played very, very well today. He doesn't like this second shot. He's in a bunker. He might lose one here, but he's going to have to lose a lot more than that to keep Mickelson in the tournament, so we'll keep an eye there. Phil did not play well today. Short game, putting, driving was really way off. We could use some sound out of Phil. If anybody can find it, do you have it? Oh, let's hear it. Let's do Phil Mickelson first. Some sound today after his round at Augusta.
Yeah, it was a rough day. I thought the course played great. I thought the conditions were challenging, but I thought everything about it was a good, fair test. You play well, you can shoot under par, and I don't know what's happened in the last couple of days. It's a little disappointing, but because I've been playing so well this year to play like this. But it's disappointing. It's a favorite tournament of the year, and it's a rough couple of days.
What happened on 9, Phil?
I just hit the tree. I mean, there was plenty of a gap. I just pushed it, trying to run a 2-iron down there in front of the green and get up and down. Salvage pars even for the day, 2 under for the tournament, and I just thought it wasn't a hard par. I didn't think if I just chased one down by the green, but I pushed it into the tree and it went to bushes, made triple.
Was that an unplayable or was that a lost ball?
I found it, but it was in the bushes, and then the drop would have been worse, so I played it from where I was at.
You said fractionally off yesterday. Same today and just wrong spots?
You know, I thought we had kind of fixed it, and I was pretty excited. I had a really good warm-up, was hitting it great, and then on the first hole I blocked it again, and I was a little worried the rest of the round, and that was kind of the case. I didn't quite have it again, but the conditions here were a little more severe, and so the misses were magnified.
Did it surprise you how windy it was out this morning? Because I think last night the forecast didn't call for as much wind.
I don't know if I wasn't really surprised by it. It was just a little more challenging, but I thought, I thought the pins were fair. I thought everything about it was fair. I thought you could score. I thought if you played well, you could get after it today, and I just didn't play well.
There you go, Phil, with the 7. I had forgotten that on the 9th hole. Tiger has hit the ball in the water. He is item number 2 today, and he is going to be probably +5 after he gets off this 12th green. He hit the ball in Rays Creek, second day in a row he's done it, and he had a nice approach, and he will a nice drop shot, from the other side of the water, and he hit it within about 4 feet. Should make the putt, and that would put him at +5 with about 6 holes to go, and he is really going to have to turn it on here quickly if he wants to make the cut. He's not winning the tournament. Forget that. That's finished. He's not winning the tournament. If he even plays for the weekend, we'll have to wait and see. So those are the 2 big storylines in golf today that we wanted to get you caught up on. Patrick Reed's played very well. He shot a 2 under 70 yesterday. He was 2 under. I believe he was 2 under. Maybe 1 under, but I believe he was 2. So Reed today is 6 under par. So he had an incredible front 9. Let's take and make sure I get that right with Reed yesterday. Patrick Reed yesterday shot maybe it was 2 under or 1. He shot 3 under. I apologize. So he's 5 under today through 9 holes. So that's wow. So in first 9 holes today, he had 5 birdies. Probably had an eagle on 2. I didn't see it. But Reed right now is at -8 and is in very, very good shape. Now, the rest of the tournament right now, and Reed is, he's got a hell of a chance now. He's never won a major. He's certainly due, that's for sure. Leishman is at -5. Let me give you the leaderboard if you're just getting to us and you want to see what's going on. Reed's at -8. He's on the 10th. He's in a bunker on 10. He might drop one. Leishman is -5 through 12. Hoffman's -5. He's on the 10th fairway, 2. McIlroy's done today. He shot a 1 under par 71. He's at -4. Spieth, do we have Spieth? A little sound to Spieth? Because I know he talked NBC or CBS. We should see if we have a little Spieth. Spieth Spieth today shot a 2 over 74, got off to a horrible start, and he's at -4. We'll see if we get to Spieth. Dustin Johnson finished today, had a good round. He shot a 68, but he's 3 under par. He's in 6th place. Henrik Stenson still on the golf course. He's on 11. He's even for the day. He's -3. Tony Finau, the kid with the dislocated ankle, bad round today. 2 over par 74. He's in 9th place at -2. He's joined by Ricky Fowler in that situation. Justin Rose today shot a 2 under 70. He's at -2. Bubba Watson today is on the course as we speak. He's on the 11th hole. He is at -1. So there's -2 for Watson. Kuchar's at -1. He finished with a bad round today at 75. 68 today for Rahm. He's at -1 too. But right now, the projected cut is +5. That's where the top 50 are. We'll see if Mickelson can get away with it and maybe play for the weekend. I would say no. Tiger's still got a couple of par 5s in front of him. We'll see how Tiger handles it as he move it along. Right now, Tiger's putting for bogey on 12, the par 3 in the water. He gets there with a 4, so he goes to 13 at +5. He bogeyed 1, he bogeyed 5, he's now bogeyed 12. No birdies on the day. He has not birdied a par 5 yet in this tournament, and this is his 7th par 5 he's going to play. He needs minimum 2 or 3 birdies here on the end to have a chance to play for the weekend. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, that's where we stand as far as the golf. Billy Andrade will join us here in a little bit. 2 other notes that you need to know about as we move it along on this busy afternoon. One, the hockey. There's one game tomorrow that right now is going to be very significant. St. Louis will play Colorado. The winner, 99% chance, will play in the 8th seed and play Nashville in the first round of the playoffs. Yes, St. Louis plays tonight in Colorado. They are currently a game behind, a point behind. They play in Chicago tonight, tomorrow in Colorado. The Blues currently right now are a point behind the Avalanche for the 8th spot in the West. Now remember, tonight's game doesn't mean much. If they do win tonight, that means if they get into a shootout tomorrow, they would still make the post-season as the 8th seed. So it gives them a touch of a margin of error if they win tonight, because that means that they could lose a shootout and still win the 8th seed. So if they win tonight, the Avalanche would have to beat the Blues tomorrow in overtime. They could not go to a shootout. That's the only thing you get tonight with the Blues and the Hawks. That game tomorrow, by the way, is going to be on NHL Network at 9 o'clock, joined in progress, which I do not understand how you join that in progress. That I don't get at all, join that in progress. The only game that counts, and you got to see it in progress. Reed did bogey 10. He's at -7.
Well, the reason they're probably doing that is because they're showing the Devil Caps game beforehand, I believe, which does have playoff implications. The Devils could finish anywhere from, second in the division or third in the division till the second wild card. So
can't we move the Avalanche game to 10 o'clock then? Make it 8 o'clock local time? Can we move it back an hour?
They could do that.
Or move up the Devil game to 6?
I don't think they do that. They would move the game back half an hour or so, yeah.
They can't do that? So we can see that whole block. I mean, here it is. The NHL can do what they want.
Give your friend Gary a call.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Can't we watch the whole? If you wanted to watch it, can't you watch the whole thing in its entirety? Anyway, from that standpoint, there you go with the NHL. We'll keep an eye on that. The NBA, Denver beat Minnesota last night. A game they had to win. As you know, we discussed this a lot. They beat them by a couple of baskets. Butler did not play. He was in uniform. Supposedly he was going to play tonight. Right now, Minnesota and Denver have 35 losses. Oklahoma City has 34 losses. The Spurs have 34 losses, and the Pelicans have 34 losses. One of those teams is not going to make the playoffs. Oklahoma City, Minnesota, Denver, San Antonio, New Orleans. Those 5 teams, one will not get in. Denver will be at Minnesota the last game of the year. Oklahoma City is going to have to play at Houston and Miami this week. San Antonio has a big game next week in New Orleans, too. The Pelicans have to play a game in Golden State. Lot to still to be determined as far as that West is concerned. Here's what you need to know right now. 5 teams for 4 spots. San Antonio, New Orleans, Minnesota, Denver, and OKC. One of those 5 not going to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. That's all you need to know. Right now, that team would be Denver. Right now, they had a win last night to keep themselves in the mix. They did. They're probably going to have to beat Minnesota in Minnesota on Wednesday night, last day of the season, to get that spot. I would think Minnesota will make it and be the 8th seed. Butler back. We'll have to wait and see. 5:13, we take a timeout. We continue. Mad Dog Unleashed.